life. And I always think life is a detox challenge. We know from every cell in our body to every thought that enters our mind, we have to detox. And right now, in the time we're in, I hope you're eating as well as you can to detox, but you are thinking even better to detox your mind. Because if we're going to move forward in dealing with people as we are in networking, we have to have our thoughts in alignment with what we want to have happen. You can't think impossibilities and expect possibilities to happen. It's all got to be lined up, and that is what we've got to do. We've got to so seriously work on ourselves to keep going. And the only reason anybody ever quits or considers quitting in this business is because their thoughts are not aligned to their actions, and they are thinking impossible thoughts. So, you know, what manifests is what we believe. And not what you want, it's what you believe. So your belief dictates your actions, and that will dictate your success. We've got to understand the payment and the marketing plan that we're part of to be able to set goals. If you think you can't, then you won't. So we deal with your thinking all the time. We have to all the time, every step of the way. There are a lot of steps which we're going to cover. So have faith in everything you do. I want you to have faith in the products. Wow, they've been so good to us for over 4 decades. It is scary to think how long it's been, but what a wonderful journey we've had with some incredible team members almost the whole way of this journey, and all the new ones joining. It's just wonderful. Then faith in the company. The company has never let us down in 4 decades, and they're not going to start letting us down now. They are just amazing what they've done through this whole virus scene and how they've kept us updated with our products and that. And it's you cannot believe what they've had to do to keep us in stock. And you've got to have faith in yourself. And you've got to just have faith in God and really just know that we can pray ourselves through anything bad that's going to happen. So if we understand this plan that we're going to try and unfold with you, what you are going to be able to do and the steps you will focus on taking, you'll be able to help others do the same. The power of duplication in networking is immeasurable. You can't believe that power, that incredible bonding with the products and the business that networking gives us. We have worthy products that every single household needs, and we sure have an incredible plan. So we can be very honored to be part of it and be able to share it with others with absolute confidence. So now we are going to start this journey of PowerPoint, and I'm going to just log in here. There we are. There we are. And the compensation plan. You all, okay. You all know this compensation plan book. You all got it in your kits. So, you know, you can refer to it, but sometimes it's just nice to have it explained to you. So let's get on with it. So earning is simple. Earning, it's a simple thing if you understand it. And so let's have a look at your 4 areas. We're going to cover the 4 areas. So the retail profit is basically what you buy the product for, what you sell the product for, that's your retail profit. And that is where there'll be some people in the course say, that's all I want. Well, hopefully you'll want more once we finish explaining it. But there are a lot of people who are so happy with just a little bit of retail profit to buy more products. Great. You're special to us. But let's unfold what is available to you as soon as you've got that buying number. The retail profit is around about 20%. But basically, you're getting 25% off your business volume column in your price list. Your sales volume bonus is what we should be obviously focusing on from the time you start to the time you develop a director business. So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be talking about the leadership development bonus and the network development bonus, which we don't speak about much, but it's there for us, which is fantastic. So let's see. My share screening is paused. Why is that? There we are. So let's talk about the PV for the new people. That is the point value, which is assigned to each product. And that is our measurement. That's our worldwide measurement as our currency as such. And that is used, that PV is totaled for us to get our bonuses. And then the next one is the personal point value, PPV. And that is what you physically order through your number. That's what you use. That's what you sell. You either save money to use with your family, or you sell it and you make your retail profit. Your QPV is your qualified point value. So as soon as you start networking and you get other distributors that are linked to you, that is your qualifying QPV, your qualifying point value. And that value is all added up, and that is what you paid extra bonuses on, cash back bonuses in your business. There's the point value column, and then I mentioned the business volume column. This the business volume is a currency value assigned to each product on which your bonus is calculated. So when we say you're getting 10%, it's 10% of the BV column in your price list. And so let's get on with more exciting stuff than that. Retail profit, you buy at wholesale, at distributor price, sell at suggested retail price, round about 20%. It's 25% of the business volume, but round about 20% profit. And now you are in the step up and using and benefiting from the sales volume bonus. So as a distributor, this distributor here happily gets his profit, retail bonus, and buys directly and has a buying number. But for bonuses, you have to become a manager. Now, there are two ways of becoming a manager. You do 250 points personal PV. So that is what you're buying through your name and your neolife number, okay? Or you become a manager by qualifying points. That is you and your little team that you've just started. So as long as you have done 100 personal points, and anybody else, however many people in your team, add the other 400, you have done 500 qualifying points. So you will be a manager. I'm going to draw on the board. I hope you can see. I just want to show you something. If this is, can you see that? Yes, I think you can see that. If that is you, okay, if that is you, and you have done your 100 points, and then you get some team in that make up the other 400 points, however they make it up, you will be a manager. That's a good one, but when you won't be a manager is if you do 100 points and you get another person to do 100 points and you get another person to do 50 points, for instance. So that makes 250. No, you're not a manager. You're only a manager when you do 250 personal points. And that's just a little explanation, because some people get confused. Now, after you're a manager, if, for instance, where I crossed this one out, where you did 100 points and a total of 250 with your team, once you're a manager, you will get a little bonus. But there's two ways of becoming a manager. I hope that's made a bit of sense to you. And so that's a manager. And then senior manager, you become manager So, yeah, okay, so obviously there's another side here. Okay, so once you become a senior manager, you have to do 1,000 points as a senior manager, and you will then get 10%, because as a manager, you're either getting 3% there or 5% there. So let's have a look at this one, a senior manager on 10%. So as long as you are doing 100 points and you have a qualified volume of 1,000 points from your team. But for me, the best way to try and build is for you to do a personal point value of 250 points and get 3 other people to do 250 points, because that gives you a very strong 1,000 with 3 good legs that you can build on from there. So that 1,000 points here at 10%, let's say it's roughly 1,000 Rand bonus on the sales volume chart. So remember, I said you started with the buying at retail at 25% of the business volume. You're now getting 35% of the business volume. And you'll find, I think it's on page 11 in your compensation book, it actually gives you examples of how your bonuses worked out. So you can go and see that. For instance, I'll just go into it very briefly here. If you have 1,000 points, you get 10%. If you have 3 people doing 250 each, they will each get 3%. And the fortunate thing is the company does all that for us. You will earn the difference between 3 and 10%, which is 7%. So that's how it all works. So as a senior manager, you've got your qualifying volume is 1,000 points. And that is a fully qualified senior manager. You do that regularly every month, that's the goal, and grow your business to where you get to 2,000 points. And obviously, growing your business, you will be helping your team here add to their points. So you'll grow your business to 2,000 points. Let's say at 2,000 points, you're probably getting 2,000 Rand minimum bonus. And you keep going to where you grow your business to 3,000 points with your team, and you are going to get 20% on what you do, and you will have your team who is down here adding to what you do to make 3,000 points there. Now, 20% is the maximum bonus that senior managers can earn. Only once you have become a director and you have created a business of 4,000 points here, will you be getting 25% sales volume bonus. Now, for me, we needed the money at that stage. That is where I wanted to be. I was using a lot of products, so I was buying products at the discount, which is around about 25% of the BV column. I saw that if I added another 25% to my income, I had doubled my money. I doubled my discount on what I was using, and I was doubling my profit on what I was selling. And in those days, we had hit hard times, and so I was selling a lot to survive. We had our own business, and we were in the construction world, and we had been asked to be, we were subcontractors to a main, well, in fact, our last 2 biggest jobs, we were subcontractors to the main contractor, and we'd also sold our business from the next year, and both the contractors went insolvent. So you can imagine, as a young couple with a tiny, tiny baby, we had a bond. I think most couples have a bond. You want to live in a house, you go and borrow the money, you pretend it's your house, but it's actually the bank's house. Then you need a car, so you go back to the bank and get a car. And so now with the bond on the house and the payment on the car, now can you imagine now doubling that, more than doubling that? And that was the situation we were in around this time of our life, or around this stage of our business. So we just joined the company, and now we had this huge debt, which no job could pay enough salary to help us through. So we had to make neolife work. It's the best thing that's ever happened to us. So we got so focused. And why I'm so passionate about understanding the bonuses, you can plan your life, you can plan what you want. And if you're focused and you can visualize, that's where it is. You know, your power is visualizing. Your power is seeing something and going for it. So we knew that, so this bonus for me was incredibly important, because I had now doubled my profit on my sales. So that made life a little bit easy, not very easy, but a little bit easier. And so that sales volume chart is a very, very exciting chart. We're going to talk about the sales volume chart gives you thousands. You know, at this level of 4,000, you can earn upwards of 8,000 Rand a month. And, you know, that's a good income for a part-time business. We had a new director last month, Gerelise, who in her second month, she only had been part of the business in 2 months, but she was another second generation kid. So I'm just excited about all these generations just following through on this business. I mean, in her first month as a director, second month in the business, she earned 14,000 Rand as a director, but she did nearly 6,000 there. So I'm just saying, 4,000 will give you around 8,000 and moving up. So a sales volume bonus gives you thousands. The next bonus I'm going to talk about is the leadership development bonus, which will give you tens of thousands. And then the networking bonus I'm going to talk about is going to give you hundreds of thousands. So you can see how each level is paid on the volume of your business. So now I'm going to go back just a little bit. I tell you why I'm going to go back, because I haven't finished talking about this. The sales volume bonus, where it's so important, is that the sales volume bonus, it's so vital that you build a very good downline of solid people. Even if they don't want to do lots in the business, they're solid people. Their belief is solid. And as you continue doing your 4,000 points, every month, if you do 4,000 points in 3 consecutive months, you will become an Emerald Director. And the Emerald Director is such a vital part of your business. An Emerald Director, to remain in that title, you've got to be a fully qualified director once every 3 months. But that's only if things happen in your life and the accidents. You know, you must be a fully qualified director every month, because why? You're wanting the income, you're wanting to be empowering people with that, to have joined you in the networking business. And, you know, to be able to maintain, I think we have to do this personal development that we always talk about. You know, the company gives us the plan, it does the admin for us, it does the products for us, it gets all the scientists, we're given everything on a plate. The only thing we've got to do, the difference for every one of us, is ourselves. Same product, same plan, same everything. The only difference is ourselves. So we've got to really and truly work on ourselves at this stage to get to a 4,000 point business and to maintain it. And I do believe there's a foundation that we've got to do. And, you know, these things are so easy to do, but they're so easy not to do. So your foundation that you've got to work on is your goals. What do you want? What do you visualize? What do you believe? What do you want out of the business? And do have things that you can achieve in a few months and a year and longer. But what do you want? What is it that you're doing this for? What sort of income do you need to achieve? What do you want to do? What do you want to buy? What do you want to become? And stop talking the language of the poor like, I can't afford it. You can afford anything with this business. Just put your mind to it and do it. And so the 4,000, you'll feel happy on that and then be able to grow up from there. So your goal is what you want. And then your product testimony. By now, you should have a lot of very good product testimonies. Find one or two that you want to share so that you can get other people believing in you. And then your story throughout the journey in the sales volume bonus. Make sure you know what you want. Make sure you have a product story, a product testimony that people can identify with. And make sure you have your story. What it was like, why you joined, what is it now, and what's it going to be, what you're running for. And you get that together. It's such a simple thing, but so many distributors just can't do it because they won't sit down and get their minds around it. It's important. That is the start of your growth. And the next thing, other than the foundation, is your skill set. We only have to use the product, share the products in the business, and do some personal development. Those three things. So your skill set is inviting. Get your names list. Have you got a working names list that you add to, take off, put on hold? A working names list in a book that you will never lose, because this time next year, their circumstances have changed and you can perhaps go back to whoever you've spoken to. Your names list, and then find a way of meeting people, of connecting with people, of you just have to do it. That's your job. And the next thing is showing them, presenting the business. You can either learn to do it on a one-on-one basis, and you do that with your sponsor or your upline, where you do a couple together and then you'll do it with them there and then you on your own. So a one-on-one, or you will do it in a little group, or you do it over Zoom. Hey, Zoom's all new to us, so, learn it. And then once you present it, the next thing is duplicating. So you build this sort of look in your team, duplicating, helping your team build downline while you're also continuing to build. So it's very important to make sure you stay qualified as a director to get the benefits that are yours, that you've worked so hard for. So now we're going to go from the sales volume bonus, we're going to jump over now again to the leadership development bonus. And here, develop more directors and increase your income. World team income, and we're talking generally here. I think I need to draw something up on the board for you, especially for the new folks. And I'll do that now. The world team income starts from 20,000 to 70,000. Now that starts to become a full-time job. So let's have a look. I'm going to go to the next page. Let me do this, and then maybe we can just chat around this one. Okay, so let's have a look at you. You can see that. I'm not sure the light's so good here. I hope you can see it. There we are. Okay, so if this is you as a fully qualified director, we're only talking directors now, top of the sales volume. Let's say you help one other person to become a director. That is your group PV. Okay, that is your qualified PV. That is their qualified PV, because you've got your personal PV and your team PV in there. Now you have a group PV. then as soon as your group PV reaches 10,000, which is like 5,000 each, perhaps. Oh, there we are. That's better. Thank you for your help. Okay. So here you've got your 10,000 group PV, and let's have a look at, you continue doing that, you will become what we call a sapphire director. And in this bonus chart, you get a 5% leadership bonus on your first level director. On your second level director, you get a 2% bonus. And on your third level director, you will get a 1% bonus. Do you understand how that works? Here, let me do that. So we're talking about your leadership development bonus as you developing your first level, your second level, and your third level fully qualified directors. So you get 5%, 2%, 1%. Now, the minute you go and you add another 2 fully qualified directors, okay, and your bonus will go from 25 to 35,000 Rand a month, okay, and your 521 will go to 6%. So you increase your income on your first level by 1% more, which is amazing, okay? And as you continue your journey in adding directors, for instance, once you one ruby, all you've got to do is add another one, plus get your income up, plus get that up, but add another one, and then you get your 6% there, but down line goes to 3%. So you're adding percentages on your income, and that is 6% on that entire business. And that's because they're thanking you for networking and uplifting people. Eventually, I'm going to go to the next slide. There we are, nearly there. There we are. Okay, so you can see how you go from, let me get my cursor, from 5%, 2%, 1%, up to a maximum of 6%, 4%, 4%. That leadership development bonus is an incredibly powerful bonus. And this is where you start building your legacy. You know, if I die, this little soul's not dying, off they keep going. You know, or if this one gets run over by a bus, that one's not going to leave. We are all in this for what we want, building our businesses. And so that's an exciting thing. So let's have a look at what I was showing you on the board here. If this is you as a fully qualified director, and you have 6, that is the start of being on the president's team. And that is an exciting start, because as you get onto the president's team, you need your 6 legs. At this stage, you will be doing 100,000 points with you, and that's 7 of you doing 100,000 points. That's very, very doable. And you then start getting onto another bonus, which is what we call a network development bonus. So we have spoken about a retail profit, we've spoken about a sales volume bonus, we've spoken about the leadership development bonus that you get that small percentage on all your directors 3 levels deep. And then we have this networking development bonus, which is amazing because it goes from 0.5% up to 3%. But you can imagine the volumes that you now are doing. And so it's small as a 4 ruby and a 5 ruby, because as a 5 ruby, you just need another one. And then eventually you get to diamond director, and 2 diamond. By 3 diamond, you're on the full network development bonus of 3 to 1%. And so on your different levels. So, that is the bonus. I don't know. What I'd like you to do is get into your compensation book. Now, maybe it makes a little bit more sense to you, but study that book, because all these pictures are out of the book. So you'll identify them, but you don't have to worry about these bonuses. All you have to worry about is how many people you're getting into your team, and make sure you're qualified in your level. If you're new to this business, just focus on what you have to do to get to the next level, and work towards taking your next step. Everything else will fall into place if that's all you concentrate on. If you're old in the business and you're not taking steps, pretend you're new and start focusing on what you have to do, and helping your team focus on what they want to do for the income that they want and the time they're prepared to put in. It's all time, effort related. If you have no time, or say you have no time, you can always make time, then you can't have huge goals. It's got to be like a scale. Your goals and your time and your commitment have to be balanced. I always laugh at distributors say, I couldn't go to, I couldn't go to people's weddings and that. I always just smile, and Rory and I nudge each other, because his brother, we never attended his brother's wedding. We were busy going overseas on a company event that we had worked ourselves to a standstill to go on. And so we just said, we're committed. We're not going. You can have the kids and you can have grandpa to take the kids, but we won't be there, because we knew where we were going. And, it has been such a blessing to have been able to build this business. And really, if you want change, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to give up things. You have to be willing to learn new things. You have to be willing to do things that, talking to people is not very, very natural to a lot of people, especially when they think, oh, I'm selling something. You're not. You're giving people health. Right now, there is no need to get sick. We have got the answer. If you get sick, you can get up and go again if you have a high immunity. And we have the one and only carotenoid product. For instance, we need to be bold about what we have. And that is one of the things, is what you think about, what you want to have manifest. You've got to believe in. And you've got to believe wholeheartedly in neolife, because their philosophy, their intention is superb. I haven't been able to floor them, not that I've ever wanted to at all, in over 4 decades. So our belief is huge in this business. Belief in ourselves has wavered. That's the problem. Sometimes you just wonder if you're capable of it. You are. If we, as a partnership with the business, we are capable of it. We'll be carried through with the trainings and with the connection with people. So if you want to change, be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable, and that comfort, that uncomfortable feeling, I don't think it never leaves me. I get more confident, but there's always something I've got to, do you think I can phone that person? Yes, I can. Of course you can. And, there was a saying that I really hung on to. It was, be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. And that has got, that stayed with me, because while working this business, we had our family, we had our children. And there was another young couple who also had a child at the same time as we did. And we used to sit at the back of the training room with our kids, and she gave up because of her child. I kept going because of my child, because I saw a future that could be good for my child. About 20 years later, we happened to bump into each other in the street, and she said, "How are you doing?" I said, "Oh, great." She said, "If only I had stayed on like you." And I said, "Well, it's never too late. Let's get going, and I'll help you." And all the excuses came out. You can either make excuses or you can make money. You cannot do both. So if you catch yourself ever making an excuse or feeling sorry for yourself, you make excuses or you make money. Your choice. And that is how we've lived with this. As I end off now, our biggest job in this business is not to sell products. Our biggest job is to conquer our doubt and our fear that we all seem to have. And that is, if we can conquer our doubt and our fear, we are conquering our failure in life, not just in this business. The vision of achievement. Just visualize achievement. It stirs your soul. You get butterflies, but you can't travel within with your goals if you stand still with no action. And what I always remember is Rory and I made a decision to become a 5-diamond director. We were far from it. And we wanted to be a 5-diamond just for the simple reason that there were no 5 diamonds. We wanted to be the first. And we were the first. But it was that decision that just stirred our souls, just gave us butterflies. We're going to do it. It was it was almost impossible at that time, but in our minds, it was possible. And we did it. We're not 5 diamonds now. We're still alive. Sometimes you have little hiccups and you don't stay at where you are. It doesn't matter. Keep going, because I'm going to get back there. You see, and so, and because there will be people growing in my team who will uplift me. I will uplift them, they will uplift me. That's the whole idea about this networking, is how many people are you going to uplift today, tomorrow, next year, the next year. The right people always come into your life at the right time. And they're very, very dear, valuable people that want a life. They want their own dreams as well. So let's work together as a community of neolife where we can make a huge difference in people's lives. So, I just want to thank you all for being on this call today. And I hope I have helped encourage you, open your mind to possibilities where you can have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. The choice is yours. It's there for you, guys. So thank you. And I just say God bless and have a wonderful, wonderful day.